Hey everyone, welcome back.
Today, we're diving into Stoicism.
Oh, nice.
Not just as some ancient philosophy,
Hmm.
but as a guide for navigating, all the ups and downs of life with hopefully more joy and a lot less stress.
Right.
You've got a stack of sources on Stoicism.
I do, yeah.
I'm excited to unpack this all with you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one.
So to really get this, we need to take a trip back in time, back to ancient Greece.
Yeah,
That's where this whole Stoicism thing got started, right?
exactly. That's right.
With, was it Zeno?
Xenocidium.
Zeno of Citium.
Right.
Okay, so Zeno of Citium. So tell me about him.
Well, picture like the bustling marketplace of Athens. Philosophers are debating these big ideas.
I love that.
It was in this setting that Zeno started teaching his ideas.
Mhm.
And he did it in a place called the Stoa Poikile, which is actually a covered walkway that gave Stoicism its name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, so right from the start, this wasn't like some exclusive philosophy club. It was meant for the everyday person.
Exactly. And that's what's so cool about it, this practical approach.
Yeah.
And that's a big reason why it spread and it evolved.
Mm.
And eventually it reached ancient Rome, where it was adopted by emperors. Even Marcus Aurelius found value in its teachings.
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah.
The emperor, the philosopher, all around fascinating guy.
I know. It's amazing to think about. Here he is ruling an empire, and he's like, Stoicism. Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah,
Like, it wasn't just some abstract theory,
Right.
right? It
Oh.
was battle-tested
exactly.
by people facing real challenges.
I mean, talk about pressure.
Right. And, the Roman Stoics put more emphasis on achieving a state of inner tranquility than, their predecessors, the Greeks.
Okay, so that's interesting. That's like a little bit of a switch. So why do you think that was? Was there something about Roman society that made that shift?
Well, yeah, I mean, Roman society, it was really complex,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so maybe they saw tranquility as kind of an essential counterbalance to, all the chaos of daily life, a way to find peace, despite the external circumstances. And honestly, I think we can all relate to that today, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that need for inner peace.
Absolutely.
I mean, feeling stressed and overwhelmed is practically a universal experience now.
Right. It's like almost a badge of honor to say how stressed you are these days.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you think you're stressed? Well, let me tell you how stressed I am.
Right.
It's crazy.
So how about we dive into some of those Stoic techniques for finding, peace amidst all the chaos?
Yeah. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay, so we've got the historical context.
Yeah.
But let's get to the good stuff.
Okay.
What were those practical techniques that the Stoics actually used
Right.
to find this tranquility?
Okay, well, one of the most powerful
Yeah.
and maybe surprising techniques is called negative visualization.
Negative visualization.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds kind of intense. Why would I want to focus on the
Why-
negative?
Oh, it's not about being a pessimist, right?
Okay.
But it's about using your imagination to prepare for challenges
Okay.
and to gain a deeper appreciation for what you have right now. So the Stoics believe that by confronting potential hardships in your mind,
Yeah.
imagine a job loss or illness
Yeah.
or even the loss of a loved one,
Oh, wow.
you become more resilient in the face of those challenges when they actually happen.
So it's almost like a mental rehearsal for life's difficulties.
It is. It's exactly that.
Okay.
It's like you're going through the motions.
Right.
So that if and when that actually happens, you're more ready for it. And by imagining those difficult situations,
Yeah.
the things that we often take for granted,
Yeah.
like our health, our loved ones, even a beautiful sunset, they become even more precious.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's about shifting your perspective
Yeah.
and not taking the good things for granted.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, another key Stoic concept that ties into this is the dichotomy of control.
Okay.
You've heard of that one?
The dichotomy of control.
Yeah.
Okay, break that down for us. What is that all about?
Okay, so the Stoics believed in dividing the world into two categories: things we can control and things we cannot.
Okay.
So we can control our thoughts, our actions, our reactions.
Right.
But things like other people's opinions, the weather, or even the past,
Yeah.
those are outside of our direct control.
Right. And that seems like a pretty fundamental distinction.
It is.
So how does that play into finding this tranquility?
Well, so often we spend time and energy stressing over things
Yes.
that are completely outside of our control.
Right.
Right.
It's easy to get caught up in that.
It is. And so the Stoics are like, look, focus your energy on what you can't control.
Right.
Your responses, your actions.
Okay.
And then you free yourself from a lot of unnecessary anxiety and frustration.
That's a really empowering way to think about it.
It is.
It puts you back in the driver's seat, so to speak.
Exactly. Like, you're in control of your own little ship, right?
Yes.
You can't control the waves,
Right.
but you can control how you sail through them.
Okay.
Think about a time when things didn't go your way,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like maybe you missed out on a promotion
Ugh.
or a project just totally fell apart,
Oh.
right? And it's so easy to get caught up in the like, why me?
Right.
But the Stoic approach would be to ask yourself,
Yeah.
okay, what aspects of this situation did I actually have control over?
Okay.
What could I have done differently in those areas? And then learn from it
Right.
and move forward.
So instead of dwelling on the uncontrollable, you focus on what you could learn and how you can grow.
Precisely.
Okay.
And this brings us to another important Stoic concept, internalizing your goals.
Internalizing goals.
Okay.
What does that mean?
So it means focusing on goals that are aligned with your values
Okay.
and that are within your control to achieve.
Okay.
So instead of chasing like external validation,
Yeah.
like fame or fortune,
Okay.
things that are often fleeting and depend on factors outside of yourself,
Right.
the Stoics advocated for finding fulfillment in living virtuously.
So instead of chasing that People magazine cover,
Exactly.
focus on being like a good friend,
Yeah.
working hard, and living authentically.
Yes. Those are all things that are entirely within your power to achieve,
Right.
regardless of what's happening outside,
Right. Right.
right? It's about finding a deep sense of satisfaction
Right.
that comes from living in alignment with your values.
This is making me think about that Seneca quote
Oh, yeah?
that a man is as wretched as he has convinced himself that he is.
Oh, I love that one.
Right.
Such a powerful reminder.
Yeah.
We create our own misery
Yeah.
by focusing on the negative or on things that we can't control.
Right.
Stoicism is about recognizing that power that we have
Yeah.
and choosing to focus on what truly matters.
Okay, this is all making a lot of sense, but it also sounds like a lot of like mental work.
Right. It's definitely a practice.
Yeah.
It's not like you just wake up one day and you're like, I'm a Stoic now.
Right.
It takes time.
Yeah.
It's a process.
So are there any Stoic techniques that are more, well, like hands-on,
Oh, yeah.
more like experiential, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now you've got me really intrigued.
Correct.
What kind of techniques?
So the Stoics practice something called voluntary discomfort.
Voluntary discomfort. You mean like intentionally putting yourself in uncomfortable situations?
Yeah.
Why on earth would someone do that?
Okay, so it sounds counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
idea is that by periodically like experiencing discomfort,
Yeah.
you build resilience and then you actually appreciate comfort more when you have it.
Okay, so it's like intentionally taking a cold shower to appreciate a warm one even more.
Exactly. Or like fasting for a day to truly appreciate all the food that we have access to. You know, things like that.
Yeah.
By facing discomfort head on, we not only build resilience,
Right.
but we also train ourselves to not be as afraid of it.
So it's like you're building up a tolerance for discomfort.
Exactly.
So that when it inevitably like shows up in life,
Yeah,
it doesn't completely derail you.
you're ready for it.
Okay.
You're not like freaking out. You're just like, okay, I've been here before. I got this.
Right, because it's not a completely foreign experience.
Exactly.
Okay, I
Think
see.
about it like physical exercise,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
You push your body to its limits.
Right.
You're experiencing discomfort,
Yeah.
but you're doing it to build strength, to build endurance.
And you feel so good afterwards.
Exactly.
Usually.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
Unless
Cool.
you're injured, but you know,
Right, right.
hopefully not.
Yeah.
But it's the same idea.
That's such a good analogy.
Yeah.
Because it really is like you're giving your mind that same kind of workout.
Yeah.
You're preparing it for, like,
Yeah.
whatever challenges come your way.
Exactly. And the Stoics found that this practice had a profound impact on their ability to navigate life's ups and downs, you know.
This has been such an insightful dive into Stoicism.
It's so fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's amazing how, like, these ancient philosophies
I know.
still hold so much relevance for us today.
Right.
In our modern world.
They were really onto something back then.
Right.
It's like they had figured it out.
They had it all figured out.
And we're just like, now catching up.
Right, exactly.
Like, wait a minute, maybe they were right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, Stoicism offers this, like, timeless set of tools for living a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
Okay, so to wrap up then,
Yeah.
it's definitely not about, like, suppressing emotions or becoming some kind of unfeeling robot, right?
Not at all.
It's about, like, understanding ourselves better,
Yeah.
taking responsibility for what we can control,
Right.
and then, like, facing those challenges with courage and with grace.
You've got it. Exactly. And, it's a journey.
Yes.
It's not a destination.
Right.
It's not like you just wake up one day and you're like, boom, stoic.
Right.
It takes time. It takes practice.
Yeah.
So be kind to yourself along the way.
So for someone listening out there who is like, okay, this sounds great. I want to bring a little more stoicism into my life. What's like a good first step? What could they do?
I would say just pick one thing
Okay.
that really resonated with you.
Okay.
Maybe it's negative visualization. Maybe it's like focusing on what you can control or even incorporating a little bit of voluntary discomfort.
Right.
But don't try to do everything at once.
Right.
Just start small.
Yeah. Just pick one thing, try it out for a week, see how you feel.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
Be patient.
Yeah.
Be kind to yourself.
This has been such a great deep dive.
I've had so much fun talking about this.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much for, all of your wisdom.
Oh, you're so welcome.
And thanks to everyone out there for listening to this deep dive. We will see you next time.